Welcome back to week 3 of Fantasy Football Fridays. I'm Brody Heidemann, joined alongside Drew Rhoades and Peyton Parker. And today, going to be going through our starts and sits for the week along with our score predictions. And to start off with today, Raiders taking on the Bears. Raiders 3-3 taking on the 1-5 Bears. Bears will likely be without Justin Fields. So my sit's going to be DJ Moore. My start of the week, I think you should start Jacoby Myers. He's been pretty good so far. Devontae Adams, correction on that one, hasn't been all that. I would start Jacoby Myers. My score prediction, Raiders 21, Bears 13.
Yep, so I'm actually going to start a different Raiders wide receiver, Devontae Adams. He had a bit of a rough week last week, only 5 points, but I think he'll bounce back. My sit's DJ Moore. I don't think the Bears pass game is very good other than DJ Moore, but I don't really think he'll be effective in the game. And my score prediction is Raiders 20, Bears 9.
All right, I'm starting Josh Jacobs. He's put up solid numbers, and the Bears have the 4th worst run defense in the league. I'm also going to sit DJ Moore, and I have the Raiders winning 24-14.
I like that. Next up, the Cleveland Browns 3-2 taking on the Indianapolis Colts 3-3. You know, the Colts lost Anthony Richardson for the season. Going to be a big hole in the offense there. And the Cleveland Browns, they have just emerged. They are the top defense in the league. And that's why my start of the week is the Cleveland Browns defense. I think they're going to take advantage of this Colts offense. This Browns defense is having an unprecedented season. They are doing really good. And my sit of the week, I would sit Zach Moss. He's been playing in front of Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor is back. I don't think he's going to do very much, but I would sit Zach Moss if you still have him on your team. My score prediction, I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I got the Browns winning 13-10 over the Colts.
With Jonathan Taylor being back, he is my start of the week. I think even though the Browns defense is very good, I think he'll still get touches and receptions. And my sit is Amari Cooper. I think he's questionable. I'm not sure.
I think so.
But again, Colts secondary is pretty good. I got the Browns winning 24, Colts 10.
Yeah, just like Peyton said, Mr. Taylor being back, I think you should start him. He's going to take Mr. Moss's touches, but Browns do have a great defense, but I still feel like he pulled up great numbers. And I'm going to sit Deshaun Watson. He is questionable, but he did not play in week 4 or 6. And with that, my score prediction is Browns 21, Colts 17.
Next up, Buffalo Bills taking on the New England Patriots. Buffalo Bills 4-2 taking on the 1-5 Patriots. And both teams, a lot of questionable players this week. Josh Allen says he's going to be good to go this weekend. Still don't know the full extent of his injury. And for the Patriots, Mondre Stevenson, Juju Smith-Schuster, Hunter Henry, they are messed up on offense. I think we said this last week, and I'm going to continue to say it. If you have a Patriots offensive player, sit them. There is no reason to be starting a Patriots offensive player. There's been no production from that offense. And my start of the week, people have been looking at Josh Allen, he's injured. I think it's going to be a statement game from him. I think he's going to pop off. I would start Josh Allen, even with the injury. I think he's going to do good. My prediction, Buffalo Bills 32, Patriots 7.
Yep, my sit is also any Patriots offensive player. They are straight garbage on offense. They have, 3 points this month?
Something like that. It's terrible.
Yeah. And my start is Stephon Diggs. Like Brody said, I think this will be a statement game from Josh Allen, but it will not only be on the ground, in the air too, and I think Stephon Diggs is going to see the ball a lot. I have the Bills winning 38 to the Patriots 6.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on Stephon Diggs. He's a number 2 wide receiver, and he's been a dog every single week. Hasn't disappointed one of the weeks. I have to sit James Cook. He started off the year on fire, but the last 2 games he's been under 10 points, and I just don't see anything out of him. That's why the Bills winning 34 to the Patriots 10.
Next up, NFC East matchup between the Washington Commanders, who are 3-3, and the New York Giants, who are 1-5. Giants, a little underwhelming so far this season. I would say, my start is Saquon Barkley. He hasn't been very productive because he's been injured, but I would start him this week. I think he's going to get back to his normal form, take on this Commanders defense, and my sit, Daniel Jones, I don't think they're going to pass the ball a lot this week. Coming off the injury last week where Tyrod Taylor played in front of him, I just don't see Daniel Jones really getting involved with this offense. I don't know how much I trust him anymore. My score prediction, I think, is again going to be a low-scoring game. I got the Commanders winning 20-10 over the Giants.
Yep, me and Brody are on the same wavelength with this one. I am starting Saquon Barkley and I'm sitting Daniel Jones. And my score prediction is Commanders 28, Giants 12.
Yeah, guys, I'm literally on the exact same page. I do have start Saquon. I mean, he has been out for 3 weeks, but he played well last week with 94 rushing yards. I'm also going to sit Daniel Jones. I mean, he has 6 interceptions on the year and only 2 touchdown passes to go along with that, which is not what you want to see. That's why I have Commanders winning 21-14.
Next up, NFC South matchup between the 3-3 Falcons and the 3-2 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I mean, both these teams, they've been just about mid so far this season. Nothing really sticking out for either of them. I mean, 2 first-year quarterbacks, I'd say. I don't know. This isn't a big game, and I know you guys are probably going to look at me for this, but my start of the week, I'm starting Kyle Pitts. I think he's coming off 2 big games. Desmond Ridder, he's getting him involved in the offense. I don't think it's a big game, but I think it's start worthy at a tight end spot to put Kyle Pitts in there. And my sit of the week, Rashard White, he's been nothing good so far this season. Only 232 yards and a touchdown so far this season. A lot of people drafted him high up in the draft, expecting high things. That's why I'm going to sit him this week. My score predictions, I think the Falcons win 28-20 over the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I have a little bit of a weird start here, but the Falcons' offense hasn't produced very many touchdowns. They've gotten in the red zone, but they haven't scored any touchdowns for whatever reason. So I'm going to start Younghoe Koo, the kicker.
Ooh, I like that.
And my sit is Baker Mayfield. He's just kind of mid. I don't know why he's on your team. You can have a better quarterback. And my score prediction is Falcons 18, Buccaneers 13.
Yeah, Peyton, I'm also sitting Baker Mayfield. Just like you said, he is pretty mid. And he is questionable with the hand injury. But on the other side, I will be starting Bijan. I mean, he's averaging 16 fantasy points a game with only 2 touchdowns, which is pretty solid. But, I mean, they like to get him into passing looks. But I have the Buccaneers winning 17 over the Falcons, 14 points.
Following that, the Detroit Lions 5-1 taking on the 4-2 Baltimore Ravens. And the Lions just getting beat up in the backfield. 3 running backs questionable this week. Don't know who we're going to see play. David Montgomery already said he's going to be out. Jahmyr Gibbs really hasn't played much these past few weeks. And Craig Reynolds, who was the 3rd running back on the team, is also questionable now. So I think that you should start Jared Goff or Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think the Lions are going to look to the pass game this game. I think they're going to light it up on the stat sheet. My sit of the week, I mean, he's had some good games. He's been doing decent. I just don't know how much I like his consistency. He had a 17-point game last week with Zay Flowers. I just don't know how much I can trust him. He's just, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about him. My score prediction, I think the Lions are still going to win this one. I think they're going to win big. I think it's going to be 31 Lions, 10 Ravens. I don't know why. I just got a feeling the Lions, they're the best team in the NFL right now, in my opinion. Watch out.
Yeah, I agree with your sit, Brody. I'm sitting Zay Flowers too. He's very inconsistent, not producing very well. And I'm going to start Sam Laporta. He is a very consistent player, averaging like 12 points a game. My score prediction is Lions 34, Ravens 24.
I'm going to be starting Lamar Jackson. I mean, he leads his team in passing yards and rushing yards. I'm going to be sitting David Montgomery. I mean, he's projected out. But, I mean, he has a rib cartilage injury, which is hard for running backs to recover from. I think this game's going to be close, with Lions 28 and Ravens 27.
Next up, the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Los Angeles Rams. And I mean, Steelers and Rams, they've both been sitting around 500 so far this season. Both teams getting a little banged up on offense. Running backs for the Rams are going to be out this week. Kyron Williams coming off the big game. He's going to be out. Ronnie Rivers, he's on IR now. And they just signed a few running backs. My start of the week, I think you should start Puka Nacua. He had a down week last week with Cooper Kupp coming back, but still, I would start Puka Nacua. And I would sit any Rams running back alongside Najee Harris again. Najee Harris, not anything good so far this season. I think he gets taken over by Jaylen Warren again this week. My score prediction, I think if the Rams are going to win, it's going to be a closer game. Give me Rams 27-20 Steelers.
Yeah, the Rams wide receiver core is very good. I'm going to start Cooper Kupp. Great week last week. Hoping that he can be a consistent scorer.
True.
And I'm sitting anybody on Matt Canada's offense. I mean, that thing is stinky.
Yeah.
Ooh, it is bad. I got Rams 28, Steelers 10.
Yeah, Peyton, I'm also going to be starting Cooper Kupp this week. He's taken away touches from Puka and has averaged 24 points in his 2 games back so far. And I mean, I don't know why you should still be starting Najee Harris, but I'm going to sit him. He's not played very well, and Rams have a pretty solid defense, and I have Rams winning 42-37.
Next up, another NFC West. Oh, yeah, not another one. Next up, NFC West battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals 1-5 coming into this game. Seahawks 3-2. I've heard rumors that Kyler Murray's coming back soon. Obviously, he's not playing this week. But Seahawks, I'm going to start Kenneth Walker. I mean, he's been playing good, but I think he's going to just have a career game this week. For some reason, I got a feeling this Cardinals defense isn't anything special. I think they're just going to run the ball against them. My sit of the week, Marquise Brown. He's been okay. Joshua Dobbs, main target, but I would sit him. My score prediction, I think it's going to be a blowout. I think the Seahawks are going to win big. I got Seahawks 42, Cardinals 3.
Yeah, I got a bit of a weird one here. I, for whatever reason, don't think DK is going to get the ball, but I do think Tyler Lockett's going to get the ball. So Tyler Lockett is my start, and DK is my sit. And my prediction is Seahawks 27 to the Cardinals 13.
Yeah, Brody, I have that same feeling that you said you had. I have Kenneth Walker starting. I mean, he's going up against the third worst run defense in the league, and he's just been solid this year. I'm going to be sitting Joshua Dobbs. I mean, Seahawks don't have the best passing defense, but he's not that good. I have the Seahawks winning by 10 points, 38-28.
Next up, Green Bay Packers 2-3 taking on the 1-5 Denver Broncos. This Packers defense, they are banged up. 5 starters going to be questionable going into this game. Same with the Broncos, though. 3 starting and defensive players questionable. This is just, I mean, a lot of injuries across the NFL so far. My star of the week, I mean, Courtland Sutton, he's been getting it done a little bit. He's not been too effective. He's been okay. I think he's going to fill in. Jerry Jeudy had a very bad week last week. I think Courtland Sutton's going to have a big game. My sit of the week, I just don't know how much I trust Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. I don't think they're going to do very much. They haven't got very involved so far this season. Aaron Jones, obviously, has been injured, but still, I don't know how much I trust them. My score prediction, I think the Broncos get their second win of the season against the Packers. I think it's going to be a really close game. Give me a game-winning field goal from the Broncos, 21-20 to the Packers.
Yeah, even with 5 Packers defensive players being out, this Broncos offense is not good at all. But Russell Wilson and his wide receiver core have been a bright spot. So I'm going to start Russell Wilson, and I'm going to sit Aaron Jones. He's questionable, so might play, might not. And I think Packers win 17 to the Broncos 10.
Yeah, this is a bit of a weird one. I'm going to start Romeo Dobbs. I mean, he's a sleeper, and he could be someone you could pick off your waivers. I mean, he is a wide receiver 1. And I'm going to be sitting Russell Wilson. He only put up 8 points last week. And I have the Broncos winning 24 to the Packers 21.
Following that AFC West matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers coming off the loss to the Cowboys on Monday Night Football. But I think they had some bright spots. And I have 2 starts for this team. Well, for both teams. I would start Joshua Palmer. He looks really promising alongside Keenan Allen. And I would also start Rashee Rice. I think he's going to step up. Justin Watson is out for the Chiefs. And I think he's going to step up on offense and be an offensive target for Patrick Mahomes. My sit of the week, I don't know, Isaiah Pacheco. For some reason, I don't know how I feel about him this week. Really just doesn't stand out against this Chargers defensive line. But I think the Chiefs are still going to win. Give me the Chiefs winning 32, Chargers 14.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you on Isaiah Pacheco. He's just kind of inconsistent, not very good, not much production. And I got 2 basic starts here, but I think this game is going to be an offensive explosion. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored. So Justin Herbert and Patrick Mahomes with the Chiefs winning 38 to the Chargers 31. Yeah,
I think Keenan Allen's going to get a lot of touches this game. I mean, he's been averaging 25 points throughout 5 games. Absolute beast of a player. And I think you should sit Joshua Kelly. I mean, I feel like some people picked him up for the past couple of games because Eckler's been injured. But now that Eckler's back, he's not even going to get in the game, I think. But I think it's going to be a very offensive-minded game with Chiefs 48, the Chargers 34.
Big battle on Sunday Night Football. 5-1 Miami Dolphins taking on the 5-1 Eagles. And I know I'm going to say this. I think you should start Raheem Mostert. I know it's probably obvious with Devin Achane out. Raheem Mostert, I think we've said it. I think it's my third week saying start him, but he has just been consistently good. He's playing 60% of the snaps, and he put up 3 touchdowns last week. This Eagles defense is going to be without Jalen Carter, it looks like, and possibly Darius Slay. So I would start him. My sit, I just don't know. I would sit either of these defenses. I think this is going to be a really high-scoring game. I think there's going to be a lot of points put up on the board. I think it's going to be a big scoring and big score prediction. I think the Dolphins are going to win 35-32 over the Eagles.
I'm going to have to agree with you on this one, Brody. I think this game's also going to be an offensive explosion. That's why I'm starting Jalen Hurts or Tyreek Hill. Both of them pretty consistent scorers. Tyreek Hill, I think, could go off for a huge game.
I can see
Darius
that.
Slay's out. That's who would be on him. And sitting both defenses, I just don't really see much stops in this game. And I got Dolphins 42, Eagles 38.
Yeah, I feel like anyone can see this. I'm also going to be sitting both defenses. It's going to be a crazy offensive game. And my start is going to be any Dolphin offensive player. The Eagles are a great team, but they maintain the 4th worst passing defense. I have Dolphins winning 47-42.
Monday Night Football, San Francisco 49ers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. The 49ers coming off the surprising loss to the Browns. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know how I feel about either of these teams. A lot of injuries. Deebo Samuels, Justin Jefferson, Trent Williams, possibly Christian McCaffrey. Just a lot up in the air. My start of the week, if Christian McCaffrey doesn't play, I would start Jordan Mason. He's a good fill-in running back for the 49ers. And my start of the week, Alexander Madison. He's really been nothing special. This Vikings run game is terrible, and they really have nothing going for them on offense. I do think it's going to be a really low-scoring game, though. For some reason, I don't see it being a blowout for the 49ers. Give me 49ers 24, 13 Vikings.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with sitting Alexander Madison. The Vikings' run game hasn't been that good at all, and a bit of a weird one here, but I'm going to start the 49ers' defense.
Ooh, I like that.
Without Justin Jefferson, the Vikings really only have 2 people to go to, and that's T.J. Hawkinson and Jordan Addison, and I don't foresee any run game at all, like I said. So, 49ers 31, Vikings 17.
I'm going to be starting Brock Purdy this week. Position ranked 9. You probably could have got him up for waivers a while ago, but, he's just been great this year, I'd say. And I'm just going to be sitting Christian McCaffrey. He's questionable. I think you should just play it safe and just sit him. With that being said, I have the 49ers winning 23-17.
Thanks for tuning in today, folks. I'm Brody Heidemann alongside Drew Rhoades and Peyton Parker with the Wingspan. This has been Fantasy Football Fridays, Week 3, and we will see you next week.